Hi everybody, this is a presentation focused on Vitamino product. Vitamino is a special fertilizer based on 100% vegetal origin ingredients. When applied on plants, it has a booster effect based on long-chain fatty alcohols and vegetal extracts. These vegetal extracts contain macroelements, fulvic and humic acids, and vegetal origin amino acids. The positive effects of the long-chain fatty alcohols on the plants are due to the fact that they are able to increase the cell division and cell elongation, and as a consequence, they cause the stem elongation of the plants. Also, an antioxidant effect. The vegetal extracts are able to increase the efficacy of nutrients present in the soil because they help the plant to better absorb from the soil the nutrients and to transport them in their tissues. They give also energy to the plant and are able to control and balance the plant's growth, considering the root mass, the green biomass, the number of buds and the number of fruits that are produced by the plants. The positive effect is also photosynthesis of the plants, and all these actions reflects to a higher yield production. Vitamino can be applied on cereals, vegetables and orchards, and it can be applied by foliar and soil application. When applied by foliar application on vegetables and orchard, the suggested rate is 200 ml per hectoliter, while on cereals it can be applied at 1 to 2 liters per hectare. Applied by soil application, the rates suggested are 3 to 6 liters per hectare. Vitamino can be applied on the crop more times without giving any kind of phytotoxic effect. The number of applications suggested on vegetables are from 3 to 5 every 10-15 days, starting post-transplanting. The application of the product post-transplanting helps the plant to face the stress that can be created by the transplanting. On orchards, we suggest 4 to 5 applications at the interval of 10-15 days, starting at vegetative restart. On cereals, this product can be applied together with agrochemicals, fungicides, herbicides, insecticides. On pepper, we applied Vitamino and Cyapton on soil, and Cyapton was applied at its label rate, 10 liters per hectare, while Vitamino was applied at 3 different rates, from 3 to 12.5 liters per hectare, with 5 applications that started 1 week after the transplanting. We have considered was firstly the vigor of the plants, and to do that we measured the spud index, so the quantity of chlorophyll present in the leaves, and the plant age. As you can see in these two graphs, we obtained positive results with Vitamino at the 3 different rates. It is not uncommon that a product like this, which interferes positively with the metabolism of the plant, is able to act very well even if applied at low rates. Sometimes it's even better not to apply too high rates because they could give some phytotoxic effect due to an overexpression inside the plants. When we consider the number of fruits that were produced by the plant, we have seen that Vitamino was able to increase the number of fruits if compared both to Cyapton and to the control. Even if the number of fruits was increased, this did not interfere with their weight. This means that Vitamino is able to help the plant to produce more without losing the quality of its fruits. As you can see in the table below, there was a significant increase in the gross income for the farmer. On eggplant, we applied Vitamino at one rate by foliar application, 200 milliliter per hectoliter, and at two different rates, 3.5 and 7 kilo per hectare, with the soil application compared to Cyapton at 7 kilos per hectare. 4 applications were done starting 4 days after the transplanting, with intervals of about 14 days. We used this equipment, which is called the Green Seeker. Green Seeker is an equipment that measures both the greenish of the leaves, so gives an idea of the chlorophyll present in the leaves, but considers also the development of the biomass. So this number means that the plant which has a high NDVI index is a vigorous plant. The Vitamino, both by foliar and soil application, we obtain a higher index, all the applied rates, if compared to the control and compared to Cyapton. This effect on the vigor of the plant reflects on the final yield. So the number of fruits that we were able to count on the plants increased both with the foliar and the soil application of the product. On cucumber we applied the 4 times Vitamino by foliar or by soil application starting 13 days after the transplanting. Again, we compared to Cyapton with both the applications, and this was the results that we could obtain considering the yield of the plants. Vitamino was comparable to Cyapton at the same rate of 7 kilos and was quite similar with the 3.5 kilo per hectare. The same protocol was applied also on melon. So here we applied the product starting 13 days after the transplanting, both by foliar and soil application with the same rates that we have seen before, both by the foliar and by the soil application. In particular on melon, with the soil application, we obtained a result which was comparable to Cyapton when we applied at 3.5 kilos, while when we applied at the same rate, we obtained a higher result. This trial was done on strawberry with 5 applications starting 9 days after the transplanting. Again, we applied by foliar application at 200 milliliter per hectoliter and by soil application at 5 liters per hectare. What we have seen was that the plants treated with Vitamino and Cyapton could stay green for a longer time if compared to the control, which at the middle of June started to lose the color and the vigorous of the plants, with an effect obviously also on the plant yield, fruit production. So this a positive effect that was seen on the plants, which stayed obviously reflected on the final yield, which was increased by Vitamino more than Cyapton if compared to the control with both the type of applications. The product can be applied in tank mix with herbicides, fungicides or insecticides. The product in this case on wheat was applied 2 times, pre-flowering and full flowering plant instar at 1 liter per hectare, and was again compared to Cyapton at 1.5 liter per hectare. The compatibility with the product was assessed and confirmed, and no phytotoxic effects were seen on the plants, which, on the contrary, stayed green for a longer time. You can see that the yield doubled if we compare to the untreated control when Vitamino was applied. Also, the quality index increased, considering both the protein and the gluten quantity present in the grains. So this trial was made on maize. Vitamino was applied at 2 liters per hectare when the 5th leaves were unfolded, Again, we consider the green vegetation index and the chlorophyll quantification, measuring also the SPAD index. Both confirmed that the plant were more vigorous when treated with the Vitamino. Increased both considering the node number and the node age. So the plants were able to grow better. The percentage of flowering was increased by the application of Vitamino. The crop yield, which was significantly increased by the application of the product. On potted plants of cucumber and tomato, applying both Vitamino and Cyapton in tank mix with these products that were applied considering a double rate of copper. As you can see in the table on the right, high level of phytotoxicity were seen when Cyapton was applied. We know that on some crops, Cyapton cannot be applied in tank mix with copper. In the same conditions, our Vitamino, very light effects could be seen just on, in some cases, on the edges of the leaves. But as you can see in the following photos, the plants did not suffer at all. They were able to grow well. These photos are of cucumber when we applied the Vitamino and Cyapton with veg and Vitamino and Cyapton with the pastacaffaro. The same mixture tested on tomato. Vitamino and Cyapton on cucumber applied with coprantol and cupravit, and the same mixture applied on tomato. In this table, we are summarizing all the tests that were done in the last years on different crops. When you see the dark green points, it means that Vitamino was able to perform better than Cyapton, while with the light green, we mean that they performed in a similar way. If you see yellow spot, it means that Vitamino performed less in a lower way if compared to Cyapton. So as you can see in this table, in the most part of the trials, Vitamino performed or similarly or even better than Cyapton. So we can thank you very much for your attention.